Ask. I can't believe you were going to ask him for even more money. Would it be presumptuous of me to ask you to contribute? B. Tim continued to be preoccupied with his problem, whatever it was. Lisa thanked her for all the help and assured her that she would be fine. Become. With practice, you should become proficient within 6 months. You will become so strong, no one will ever be able to hurt you again. Begin. He couldn't even begin to think how she would react to his secret. I suppose I'd begin to doubt myself the more I thought about it. Call. Don't bother trying to call me. I broke my phone by accident at the weekend. If she could get to her telephone, she could call someone for help. Can. You can know everything in the world and still make bad decisions. I'm not sure he can help me, but I would really like to speak to him. Come. I wasn't the one who wanted to come here in the first place. Instead of waiting for David to come around, why don't you go to him? Could. He rode ahead so he could make arrangements before you arrived. I've been through this so many times, I could do it in my sleep. Do. I think the best thing to do now is try to remember all the good times you had. He wants us to do everything he says without question. Feel. The room was so dark, I had to feel my way along the wall to the door. We both started to feel ill shortly after the meal. Find. We were astonished to find the temple still in its original condition. Read the small print in your contract to find out what you are insured for. Get. We miscalculated how long it would take to get there. Why don't you bring your chair forward to get a better view? Give. He was too shocked to give an account of what had happened. He was unable to give a credible explanation for his behavior. Go. I was in a quandary about whether to go or not. My efforts to go back to sleep proved futile. Have. I consider myself highly privileged to have this opportunity. It's wise to have a spare pair of socks as a fallback. Hear. It's refreshing to hear somebody using common sense. We all huddled around the radio to hear the news. Help. We aim to help students make more informed career choices. People rushed to help the old man up when he slipped on the ice. Keep. The windows were covered in wire mesh to keep out flies. I'm under instructions to keep my speech short. No. You have to know how to handle yourself in this business. If you live abroad, it helps to know the local lingo. Leave. It's normal to inform somebody if you want to leave early. It's antisocial to leave one's litter in public places. Let. It would be unfair not to let you have a choice. She opened all the windows wide to let some fresh air in. Like. I used to like their music, but they've become very commercial. You cannot expect to like all the people you will work with. Live. Now we'll be able to live in luxury for the rest of our lives. I find it increasingly difficult to live within my income. Look. Sometimes you need to look at life from a different perspective. The last thing you want is to look back on your life and wonder if only. Make. I need to make a few changes before I print the document. Mix the powder with enough water to make a smooth paste. May. I absolutely must see him, however painful it may be for me. One person's solution may be another person's problem. Mean. Little compliments mean so much to me sometimes. What exactly did you mean by that last remark? Might. I was hoping she might show a little compassion. Better street lighting might help to reduce crime. Move. People are having to move to other areas in pursuit of work. The wardrobe was too heavy for me to move on my own. Need. We need to try alternative approaches to the problem. I need contacts that could help me find a job. Play. She is going to play the piano for a big audience this evening. She used to play games of make-believe with her older sister. Put. Hold on for a minute. I've just got to put on my makeup. I forgot to put the rubbish out for collection this morning. Run. She tried to run, but was hampered by her heavy suitcase. Her first impulse was to run away as fast as possible. Say. I think it would be true to say that the show was a success. Under interrogation, he refused to say anything at first. See. It's sad to see her moping about the house like this. We expect to see further improvement over the coming year. Seem. I seem to have accumulated a lot of books over the years. She doesn't seem unduly concerned about her exams. Should. You should always read the instructions on medicines thoroughly. We should have had a proper discussion before voting. Show. I've put a cross on the map to show where the hotel is. She only bought that sports car to show off and prove she could afford one. Start. According to my information, work was due to start last week. You need to start putting money away for your old age. Take. He is always ready to take on bigger responsibilities. You have to be prepared to take risks in this kind of work. Talk. They had an agreement never to talk about work at home. We'll have plenty of opportunities to talk later. Tell. I wasn't brave enough to tell her what I thought of her. She did not feel under any obligation to tell him the truth. Think. I hate to think what would have happened if you hadn't been there. We like to think that we are making a positive contribution to society. Try. Both sides met in order to try to resolve their differences. I have been brewing up some beer. Would you like to try some? Turn. She forgot to turn off the tap, so there was water all over the floor. He promised to turn over a new leaf and study harder. Use. I had to use a little gentle persuasion to get her to agree. I'll leave it up to you to use your discretion. Want. They want to talk to you in connection with an unpaid tax bill. They both seem to want the same things out of life. Will. If you hang your clothes out in the bright sun, they will fade. They will also install a heating and lighting system in our house. Work. Mutual respect is necessary for any partnership to work. She needs to work on her interview technique if she's going to get a job. Would. She was warned that if she did it again, she would lose her job. If he shaved his beard, he would look much younger.